everyone, welcome back to my channel Study Mode. I am Moushmi Pal and today I am going to discuss about some important questions which are related to physics, that is physics of general science. Now I have already uploaded the Hindi version of this video, you can check in my channel, and now I am going to record the English version of this video. So let's start. But before starting the video, I want to tell you that if you find this video to be useful, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. So let's start. First question you see. The first question is the SI unit of time is. Now you know very well that SI unit means what? SI means System International D unit. Okay, there are different types of unit like MKS system, SI system, then we have CGS system. This is actually SI system. Okay, so the SI unit of time is, there are four options given, just see hour, minute, second and day. So what will be the correct one? The correct one will be second. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The next question, number of seconds in a solar day. Okay, we know very well that in one day how many hours are there? There are all total 24 hours. So if you want to convert this hour into minutes, what we have to do? We have to simply multiply this hour into minute. That is, we have to multiply it by 60, because we know very well that 1 hour is equals to how many minutes? 60 minutes. So 24 into 60, how much we will get? Just see. This 0 I will put over here. 6 4s are 24, so 4 carry 2, 6 2s are 12 plus 2, the answer is 1440. Now again this is actually in minute. Now we have to convert it into second. Now we know very well that 1 minute is equals to how many seconds? 60 seconds. So again we have to multiply this one with 16. So this 2 0 will come over here. So 6 4s are 24, 4 carry 2, 6 4s are 24 plus 2, how much? 26. So 6 carry 2, 6 1s are 6, 6 plus 2 will be 8. So we are getting how much? 86,400 second. So from here we can easily conclude that option C will be the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question, question number 3. Question number 3, we can hear a sound of frequency. Okay, four options are given: 40,500 Hz, B 2 Hz, number C 10 Hz and D 100 Hz. Now before explaining this one, I want to tell you that what is this frequency. Now frequency means the number of vibrations produced in 1 second. Okay, that is known as frequency. So what is the unit of frequency? The unit of frequency is Hertz, that is Hertz. Hertz is the unit of frequency, or in short form we can also write Hz. Okay, now another thing I want to tell you that we should also know the audible range of human being, means the range where human beings can normally hear. The range is from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, so between this range a normal human being can easily hear the sound, but if the sound is below 20 Hz, then we cannot hear the sound, and if the sound is above 20,000 Hz, then also we are unable to hear the sound. The sound which is below 20 Hz, that is known as what type of sound? Infrasonic sound. Yes, the term is infrasonic sound. And if the sound is above 20,000 Hz, then that is known as ultrasonic sound. Okay, so here you can easily say that the first option given here is 40,500 Hz. Okay, so this cannot be the right answer, because 40,500 Hz is above 20,000, so it is an ultrasonic sound, so it is not possible for us to hear the sound. Next, 2 Hz. 2 Hz is less than 20 Hz, isn't it? So here we can conclude that 2 Hz is an infrasonic sound, so we won't be able to hear this sound. Now next is 10 Hz. 10 Hz is also infrasonic sound, so this is a wrong option. So what will the correct option? Correct option will be 100 Hz. Okay, this one is correct. Why? Because 100 Hz lies in between this 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz range. It lies in between that. So we can easily hear this 100 hertz sound. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The next question is, sound having frequency more than 20,000 hertz are called. Just now I have discussed that the sound which are above 20,000 hertz, then they are known as ultrasonic sound. So this will be the right option. So the next question, the question number 5, what is given, just see. And anything that occupies space and has mass is called. So this is known as what? This is known as matter. We know this one very well because I have already uploaded one video about matter. Not one video, actually 2 videos I have uploaded. You can go to my channel and you can check my playlist where you will find those 2 videos which are completely related to matter, and I have discussed in detail about everything which is related to matter. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question number 6, just see what is given. If the molecules are very close to each other in a substance, then it is now in this case we know very well that molecules are very tightly packed or close to each other in case of solids, and the molecules are not so tightly packed in case of liquids, and molecules are farther apart in case of gases. Okay, why they are very close to each other in case of solids? Because of the intermolecular force of attraction, and there is no intermolecular space in them. Space is obviously there, but it is negligible. Okay, so here the correct answer will be option A, that is solid. Okay, this is the correct option. So let's check the next question. The substances that have the same shape as that of the container. Okay, then what will be the answer? Solid, liquid, gas, or none of this? Now let me tell you this one, that we know very well that liquids have definite volume, but they do not have definite shape. Okay, whenever we pour the liquid in a bottle, it acquired the shape of the bottle. If we pour the liquid in a bucket, it acquires the shape of the bucket, and if we pour the liquid in a bowl, then in that case it will acquire the shape of that bowl. Okay, wherever we are pouring the liquid, it actually takes the shape of that container. So here the correct answer will be what? The correct answer will be liquid, that is option B. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is, the length of a body is measured by, means with which instrument we can easily measure the length of the body. So 4 options are given. Just see option number A, what is given? Beam balance. Now we know very well that beam balance is mainly used for measuring what? We measure mass with the help of this beam balance. So this is a wrong option. Okay, we cannot use this option. Now next is thermometer. Now with the help of thermometer, what we can do? We can do what? We can measure the temperature of the body. Okay, so let me write that one. So we can easily measure the temperature with the help of thermometer. So this one will not be the correct one. Now barometer, with the help of barometer we can calculate the atmospheric pressure. Okay, we can calculate the atmospheric pressure with the help of barometer. So this one will not be the correct answer. Now with the help of meter scale we can easily measure the length of the body. So option D will be the correct one. Now next move on to the next question. Question number 9, the SI unit of length is. Okay, so what is the SI unit of length? The answer will be meter. Okay, meter is the SI unit of length. Now next the question is the SI unit of mass. So what is the SI unit of mass? The SI unit is kilogram. Okay, option number C will be the right answer. Next question number 11, just see. Sound cannot travel through. Okay, the options are given: solid, liquid, gas, and vacuum. Now sound can easily travel through solid, it can also travel through liquid, and it can also travel through gas, but it cannot travel through vacuum. Okay, if we place any substance, any alarm clock, suppose if we place one alarm clock within a container, when air is present there, we can easily hear the sound of the alarm clock. But if we take out the air from that container and if we create a vacuum over there, then you will see that you won't be able to hear the sound of the alarm clock. Why? Because sound cannot travel in vacuum. But in case of light, we have seen that light can easily travel through vacuum, and the speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. But in case of sound, we generally see that sound is unable to travel through vacuum. It always requires any material medium for its propagation. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, question number 12. What is given? Just see, sound travels fastest in. Now we have to know in which medium or in which of the following options sound travels fastest: solid, liquids, gases, and vacuum. Now we already learned in the previous question that it cannot travel in vacuum, so this answer will be wrong. Now in case of solid, actually it travels fastest. Okay, solid like steel, if we consider, the speed is how much, you know, in this case the speed is 5100 meter per second. Okay, in case of water, you will see it will be 1500 meter per second, and in case of gases or air, the speed is 332 meter per second. That's why you will see that the people who are near the railway track, they generally put their ear on the railway track in order to sense whether any train is coming or not. Okay, why they put their ear on the railway track? Because they know very well that if a train is coming, that sound will be travel fastest through this railway track. Okay, they will travel faster through this railway track compared to air. Okay, that's why they put their ear over there in order to sense whether a train is coming or not. That is the reason. And so in this case we have to write sound travels fastest in solids. Now another thing I want to tell you regarding this one, that in case of rainy season, you will generally see that in case of rainy season, what happens, you know, we can easily see the lightning. First we see the lightning, then after some time we can hear the thunder. Why? What is the reason behind that? Because the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, this is the speed of light in air, but the speed of sound in air is very less compared to that of light. Okay, it is only 332 meter per second. So we generally see the lightning first, then after some time what happens, we can hear the thunder. Okay, so this particular speed we have to learn, the speed of light in air, speed of sound in case of solid, liquid and gases. Try to remember these things. Okay, now next question, let us see what is the next question. The next question is the speed of sound in steel. Already we have done this one. So this will be option number D, that is 5100 meter per second. Now the next question, let us check what is given. How many square centimeter are there in 1 square meter? Okay, 1 meter square is equals to how much, that we have to see. So for that I want to explain you this one, that if we arrange this, then what you will get. So this one is actually meter. Okay, this one is kilometer, this one is hectometer, this one is decameter, this one is meter, this one is decimeter, this one is centimeter, and this one is millimeter. Okay, if we go from the left to right, means in this direction, then we have to multiply, and if we go to the opposite direction, that is from right to left, then generally we divide. Okay, how much I am telling you, suppose from meter to centimeter we are going, so here we will write 1, and from meter to centimeter means we have to put 0 there. Just see how many 0 we are putting, 2 0. In case of millimeter, what will happen, another 0 we have to right, because from here, from the term from where we want to convert, there we will put 1, and we have to go to that particular term to what we want to convert it, and we have to continuously put 0. Okay, so now you can see, if we want to convert from meter to centimeter, then what you have to do, we have to go from left to right. So what we have to do, we have to multiply. Okay, multiply by 100. Okay, so 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So let us come to this slide. So here we have been given 1 meter square is equal to how much? 1 meter square means 1 meter into 1 meter. Okay, so 1 meter means 100 centimeter we have already got, so 100 into 100. Okay, so after 1 how many 0 we have to put? 4 0. Okay, then centimeter square. So 10,000 centimeter square we are getting. So the answer will be option C will be the correct answer. Okay, so let's discuss question number 15 now. Gases do not have fixed shape, fixed volume, both fixed shape and volume. Number D, fixed matter. Now we know very well that gases do not have both fixed shape and volume because the molecules are far away from each other. They are continuously in random motion. That's why they do not have any fixed shape and no fixed volume. Now next question, which of the following is not a characteristic of sound? Loudness, sonar, pitch, quality. Now loudness, pitch, quality, these all are the characteristics of sound. Loudness means we can easily distinguish between a weak or feeble sound and a loud sound. Okay, and pitch means high pitch, low pitch, means generally the girls have a high pitch sound and boys have a low pitch sound. Okay, it is related to frequency actually. And quality means with the help of this characteristic of sound we can easily distinguish between two sounds having same loudness or having same pitch. We can easily distinguish between them. Suppose some sound is coming from three different instruments like sitar, guitar and harmonium of same frequency, but still we can easily distinguish between these three instruments. Why? Due to this characteristic called quality. We can easily distinguish between two persons who are talking with the same frequency. Still we can easily identify that person. The reason is that quality is responsible for this. Okay, we can easily distinguish between this two persons. Now here you can see sonar is not a characteristic of the sound. What is sonar? Sonar is a technique which is used mainly for measuring the depth of water in ocean. Okay, sonar actually the full form of sonar is what? Sound navigation and research technique, I think so. Okay, so with the help of this we can easily calculate what? We can easily calculate the depth of the sound. Okay, the depth of the sound we can easily, depth of depth of water in ocean we can easily measure. Now what happens, there is one ultrasonic transmitter provided over there. From there ultrasonic signals come out. Okay, and these ultrasonic signals they reach the ocean bed, and after striking the ocean bed what happens, you know, they get reflected. Okay, after getting reflected they come back to the receiver. Receiver is also present in case of sonar. So what is sonar? Sonar is don't forget that sound navigation and ranging. Okay, I missed that. I told you that research, but it is not research. Sound navigation and ranging. So with the help of this sonar we can easily calculate the depth of the ocean. Okay, so let's go to the next question. What is the next question? Just see. Substances that are rigid and do not flow are called. So the rigid substances are what? They are solid. Option A will be the correct one, because in case of solid you know very well that the molecules are tightly packed. The intermolecular forces of attraction between the molecules are very strong. That's why they are rigid. And now let us go to the next question. What is the next question? Just see. Normal temperature of a human body. Now A option, it is given 98.6 degrees centigrade. It is not correct. Okay, if it is given 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, then the answer would have been correct, but this one is not correct. 37 Kelvin is also not correct. If the answer is given 37 degrees centigrade, then the answer would have been correct. Actually we can measure temperature with the help of three units, that is Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Out of these three units, Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. Okay, this one you have to remember. Now just let's check option C. Option C is given 96.7 degree Fahrenheit. Now this is also a wrong option. Now the fourth option which is given, that is 37 degree centigrade. This is the correct answer. 37 degrees centigrade is the normal body temperature, or the 37 degrees centigrade, or we can also write 98.6 degree Fahrenheit if it is given in Fahrenheit. So both are correct in this case. Okay, 98.6 degree Fahrenheit it is not given, that's why you have to choose this 37 degrees centigrade. Now the next question, just see which of the following materials will reflect sound better. Reflection of sound, you know very well that means light gets reflected, likewise the sound also gets reflected, means from the source of the sound, when sound is produced from the source, whenever it is striking to the reflecting surface, it has a tendency to come back. Okay, so that is known as a reflection of the sound. Reflection of sound generally follows the reflection of light, laws of reflection of light. Okay, now one thing I want to tell you, that in order to create an echo, there are two conditions, that is the reflected sound should come back after 0.1 second. If it comes back before 0.1 second, then our ear is unable to distinguish between the original sound and the reflected sound. Okay, that's why if the length of the room or the length of the room I am telling, because hall, in case of hall the space is much more, so echo can easily be produced. But in case of a small room, you generally see that the space is less, that's why the reflected sound comes back before 0.1 second. That's why our ear cannot distinguish between the original sound and the reflected sound. As a result, we only hear only one sound. Okay, but if the time span increases, then what will happen? If it comes back after 0.1 second, then we can easily hear two sounds, that is the original sound and the reflected sound. So in a big hall, we generally see that echo is produced due to the reflection of sound. So there are two conditions I told you. The first condition is the time span should be more than 0.1 second. Okay, and the minimum distance between the source of the sound and the reflecting surface should be 16.6 meter. The minimum distance should be that in order to produce the echo. So here four options are given, just see: carpet, heavy curtain, steel and cork. Out of these four options, steel can easily reflect the sound. Okay, it will reflect the sound better. Now let's go to the next question, that is materials that absorb sound are. Now the previous question was about the reflection of sound. Now we will discuss about the absorption of sound. Now steel is a good reflector, so this is not the correct option. Mirror also, cemented floor also, these are not the correct option. The correct option will be heavy curtains. So heavy curtains actually absorb the sound. That's why whenever you will go to the cinema hall, you will see that in that case the space is large enough, but still we do not hear the echo. Why? Because the ceiling, the floor, the walls are produced in such a way, the heavy curtains are there, carpets are laid on the floor, ceiling is made up of such a material, and walls are also made up of such a material that it can easily absorb the sound, and as a result the sound is not getting reflected. That's why we generally do not hear the echo in case of a cinema hall. If the echo is produced in cinema hall, then it would be very impossible for us to see the cinema, to hear the audio quality will be very bad in that case. That's why the floor, ceiling, wall, everywhere it is use such type of material which can easily absorb the sound. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this video will be helpful to you, and if you find this video to be helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.